Welcome back, True Seeker. I'm calling this video a Gematria lesson for a numerology snob. And I'm going to read this comment from Maryland. I get comments like this fairly often. And I want Maryland to understand the difference between numerology and Gematria. So Maryland writes, "You're not explaining Gematria at all. I understand numerology, and I can see where these numbers make sense in numerology. I don't see how you're reaching the conclusions you're reaching with this Gematria stuff. 322, for instance, equals 7 in numerology, which is the number of spirituality. Spirituality can be of the creator or of the bad guy. 9 is an important number in numerology as it stands for completion. And 11 is a power number. 11 stands alone and cannot be divided or added, subtracted. So in choosing to fall the World Trade Center on 9/11 makes sense to those psychopaths. JFK was killed on 11/22. Both are power numbers in numerology. No offense, but your Gematria is gobbledygook to me. You need to explain how you're reaching these conclusions." So, a lot of people leave these comments who are familiar with numerology. In numerology, you break all larger numbers down to a single digit, and it's the numbers 1 through 9 that have meaning. If a number breaks down to 11, you can stop there because 11 is the master number. 11 is a prime number. That's what she means when she says it can't be broken. 11 is prime. 22 is the master builder number in numerology. That's its proper terminology. And anyway, what she doesn't understand about Gematria is that it is a form of Jewish numerology where digits that are greater than one digit have significance. She brings up the JFK assassination. Let's talk about the JFK assassination in terms of Gematria. JFK was the 35th president, the only Catholic president to date. And he was killed at age 46. Now, Catholic in the two base reduction ciphers sums to 35 and 46. JFK, the only Catholic, dead at age 46. These other numbers are relevant as well, 71 and 145. That letter calling for the Pope to resign in recent days, that came out on a date with 71 numerology, as we talked about then. Last year, the NFL draft, the star player out of Michigan, their tight end, Jake Butt, he was supposed to be a very high pick. His coach, Jim Harbaugh, met with the Catholic Pope 2 days before Jake Butt was drafted. And Jake Butt ended up falling all the way down to the 145th pick. Jake Butt played for Harbaugh at Michigan. Harbaugh met the Catholic Pope. Then next thing you know, Jake Butt, and just think about it with the Catholic Church, falls all the way to the 145th pick. He was supposed to be a first-round pick. He fell several rounds. It's all ritual. And these types of numbers are used again and again and again in Catholic rituals. So, Maryland, let's take another example. Let's take the sitting president, Donald Trump. In 2009, emphasis on 9, he did a commercial for Serta mattresses, talking to sheep. 2 sheep on pillars, 11 and 9. And he's talking specifically to number 9 at the end, and he says, "Looking good, number 9, looking good." And then after he says that, this sheep right here that's front and center looks at the camera and says, "Where is your dignity?" Really weird commercial for a mattress. Now, again, the number 9, when you add 1 through 9 together, it sums to 45. Trump is the 45th president-elect, announced as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. And when you write out Berlin Wall in this dark blue cipher, which is the most relevant of the base 4, Berlin Wall is 45. Notice Berlin Wall is also 63. If you write out Serta, who he did the commercial for, Serta has that Gematria of 63, with the sheep on 11 and 9, wearing the same suit. In that commercial earlier, he's talking about being born for the job. You see? Notice all of these numbers in the base 4 ciphers break down to 9. And she is right. 9 does represent completion in numerology. It comes from the fertility cycle of a woman. 9 months in the womb. That's where the significance of 9 and completion comes from. So Marilyn, her understanding of numerology is just mediocre. You can see that in the way she writes. 7 doesn't just mean spirituality, it means divine completion. That's why God creates the world in 7 days and rests on the 7th day. Again, that dark blue cipher is the most significant of the base 4. God 17, rest 17. God rested on the 7th day. 17 is the 7th prime number, another number that cannot be divided, showing power. Marilyn might not know that in Hebrew and in English, the word God has gematria of 26. Mankind made in the 26th verse. The name Adam in the base cipher is 26. So, whenever I get comments like this, it's just always the same. It's like the person who does not realize where they are in terms of their level of understanding, speaking to the master teacher. And honestly, I shouldn't really call myself that because there are people who have better understanding of numerology, but it's so often that I get critiqued by these people who have this mediocre understanding of numerology. They don't even have the right terminology or knowledge of what the numbers mean fully. And then they want to come here and say, Gematria doesn't mean anything because you have to break the numbers all the way down to a single digit unless it's 11 or 22. Bzzz, that's wrong. Gematria, Jewish numerology, where the larger numbers matter. Here, you want to know a little bit more about 9 and 45 and completion? Let's talk about Major League, as in Major League Baseball. Major League, 45, with the alphabetic order 108. There's 108 double stitches on a baseball. The Chicago Cubs broke a 108-year curse. And they had not been in a World Series since 1945 before they did it. I guaranteed the Cubs would win the World Series before that season even began, understanding this knowledge. With regards to the Cubs and 45 as well, Cubs equals 45. Wrigley, where they play 45. The entire world of news, sports, rigged elections, it's all scripted by this code of Gematria, which is relevant to numerology. Coming back to Major League, notice all of these numbers break down to 9 in numerology. 1 plus 0 plus 8 is 9. 4 plus 5 is 9. 1 plus 8 plus 9 is 18. 18 is 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 innings in a baseball game. Completion. So, Marilyn knows a little bit about numerology. When she comes across a greater lesson, stuff she doesn't know, she goes, oh, that's not real. I read in my numerology book that only 1 through 9 counts and 11 and 22. This is what the average mind is in this world. They think the things they learned when they were little toddlers or for a teacher, they think all of that's all that matters in the world. And if they didn't learn it in grade school or wherever Marilyn learned her amateur lessons about numerology, if they didn't learn it there, then there's nothing else to it. That's just the problem with people. They come across new information and all of a sudden they have these big opinions. I mean, it's obvious she's never seen any videos before. She wants to write all these paragraphs, paragraphs about her minimal understanding. So here's the Gematria lesson for the, numerology snob. Learn Gematria. It's a whole lot more relevant than numerology because it's what's used every single day in this world by world elite, Marilyn, next time watch a couple more videos and see if things aren't making sense. And it's hard to believe that she could have watched this video and just thought all this stuff was coincidental. That's another problem with people, They think if they didn't learn it in elementary school, it's not real. Everything is a coincidence. It's unfortunate. So we'll leave it there. Until next time. Encore. We're actually not going to leave it there. One more time. If you write out Holy Bible in the base ciphers, 45 forwards and backwards, look at the letters in Holy Bible. 4 letters, 5 letters. 4 and 5. And that means there's 9 letters in the word. Again, if you add 1 through 9, it equals 45. There's also the miraculous catch of 153 fish. 153 is the 17th triangular number. bringing us back to God. Now we'll leave it there, truth seeker.